crucial day for all dog lovers as Supreme Court will pronounce its judgment tomorrow on stay of directions by a two-judge bench on shifting of all stray dogs in Delhi NCR to dog shelters. Remember the August 8 order which directed the civic authorities to capture all stray dogs in Delhi and 4 adjoining districts which are Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurugram and Faridabad and hold them in shelters. But the sweeping measures quickly became contentious, drawing strong objections from animal welfare groups who warned of cruelty and statutory violations. Now, what will happen in tomorrow's judgment? Will it be a boon or bane for animal lovers? Remains to be seen. My colleague Nupu Dogra is joining me with more details. Take a look.
The Supreme Court is all set to pronounce its interim order tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. on whether it wants to stay the previous order that had directed mass relocation of Delhi NCR street dogs to shelter homes, or whether it does not want to provide any interim stay. Remember that order by a two-judge bench headed by Justice J.B. Pardiwala had sparked massive controversy and debates across the country on the matter and on the issue on how the rising number of stray dogs across the country should be dealt with. The animal lovers have in fact raised questions on the practicality and the applicability of that particular order. They had in fact requested the CGI to refer the matter to a larger bench, considering that there is already a two-judge previous judge order from the Supreme Court which has in fact mandated implementation of ABC rules. And however, this latest order by the Supreme Court had in fact went on to say that forget all rules, but start relocating all the dogs and make sure that they are not able to leave those shelter homes. It had also directed Delhi government to employ CCTV cameras to make sure that no dogs from the shelter homes are able to escape. So it had in fact, this was in fact a very big controversial order which the animal lovers had in fact also argued that they were not even given a fair hearing. Tomorrow this three-judge bench will now pronounce this order at 10:30 a.m. on whether it wants to stay that order or not.
Actor turned politician and TV chief Vijay has declared that he would contest the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections solo, launching a fiery attack on the ruling DMK and asserting that his party would emerge as the principal challenger in the polls. The Madurai rally was billed as TVK's biggest political mobilization yet, with party workers thronging the venue from across the state. The conference marks the party's second since its inception and signals Vijay's intent to enter the 2026 elections as a serious contender. And looking at the crowd today, it was worth watching. Let's see if this poses a great threat to the ruling Stalin government or not. Take a look at our report.
Crazy fans, massive crowds, electrifying atmosphere. Talapati craze at its peak as Vijay made a superstar entry to the political stage in Madurai. The superstar channelized his beast mode and declared that he's a lion.
There are so many jackals and other animals in the forest, but there will be only one lion. And even if it is single, it will be the king of jungle.
Lakhs gathered despite the intense heat. If these crowds turned into votes, he will be a game changer in Tamil Nadu politics. But that is the big if between now and the 2026 elections.
அனைவருக்கும் என்னோட உயிர் வணக்கம். என்னோட உயிர் வணக்கம்.
In a supercharged speech, Vijay gave a clear message that he is all set for the 2026 Assembly polls, telling his supporters that he will be the candidate on every seat, even if his cadre is contesting.
Madurai கிழக்கு வேட்பாளர் Vijay. இன்னும் முடிக்கல ஒரு நிமிஷம் இன்னும் முடிக்கல மதுரை மேற்கு வேட்பாளர் விஜய் மதுரை மத்தி வேட்பாளர் விஜய் மதுரை தெற்கு வேட்பாளர் விஜய் மதுரை வடக்கு வேட்பாளர் விஜய் மேலூர் விஜய் சோழவந்தான் விஜய் திருப்பரங்குன்றம் விஜய் திருமங்கலம் விஜய் உசிலம்பட்டி விஜய் என்னடா எல்லா தொகுதியிலும் ஒரே வேட்பாளர்னு பாக்குறீங்களா 234 தொகுதியிலும் இந்த விஜய் தான் அதாவது உங்க விஜய் தான் உங்க சின்னம் இன்னும் சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா உங்க வீட்ல இருக்கிற ஒருத்தர் தான் வேட்பாளரா நிக்க போறாங்க
The political significance of Madurai is clear. It is the epicenter for South Tamil Nadu politics and the nerve center of Tamil cultural heritage. Madurai East was once an AIA DMK bastion and an important seat for the party under MGR. It had moved towards the DMK in the last decade. Vijay's political positioning was clear. We don't need allies, he declared, but welcomed those who would accept his leadership. He attacked the DMK and Chief Minister M.K. Stalin as much as he attacked the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. His political calculus, though, could hurt the AIA DMK as much as it hurts the DMK.
உடனே இந்த கேள்விகள்லாம் வரும் அப்ப யாரு கூட்டணி யாரு வரா யாரு போறா இந்த கேள்விகள்லாம் வரும் இந்த கேள்விகளுக்கெல்லாம் ஒரே ஒரு பதில் தான் சஸ்பென்ஸ்ல சஞ்சாரம் செய்யுங்க ஆனா ஒண்ணு 2026ல ரெண்டு பேருக்கு நடுவுல தான் போட்டியே ஒன்னு டிவிகே இன்னொன்னு டிஎம்கே யாருக்கு எதிரான தானே கேக்குறீங்க வேற யாரு மறைமுக உறவுக்காரர்களான பாசிச பாஜகவும் பாய்சன் திமுகவும் தான்
Talapati has raised his war cry from Madurai.
கேக்குதா மக்களோட சத்தம் கேக்குதா
He will now have to unveil his candidates for the remaining 233 seats. The ultimate proof of success in politics is an electoral victory. And the question before Vijay remains if he can be the X factor who can become a game changer in Dravidian politics.
MGR and Jayalalitha, Tamil Nadu has not seen an actor as chief minister, including Sivaji Ganesan, Vijay Gandh and Kamal Hassan. But fans of Vijay say he has a cult following and he makes his plunge at the peak of his acting career and his mass support base cannot be underestimated. In Madurai, with Suresh, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.
Now shifting on, after the shocking murder of a class 10 student by his junior at a Gujarat school, investigations have revealed an Instagram chat in which the boy appears to confess to his friend. Nayan Santani died after being stabbed on Tuesday following an argument with the junior. The killing, which took place just outside the school in Ahmedabad, has sparked massive protests in the city, mainly by parents. In fact, the National Students' Union of India also staged massive protests demanding that the school be shut down. Several members were detained as they tried to storm the school premises and subsequently clash with the police personnel deployed at the spot. The accused has been sent to custody. But look at the sinister mindset as my colleague Shiv Aroor goes through the Instagram chats of the class 8th student.
The chilling confession of a student very, very casually talking about the crime while chatting with his friend on social media, on Instagram DMs, and saying that I had to do this. What other choice did I have? No remorse in the chats, and that is what has made a truly ghastly crime even more upsetting, even more troubling, and even more scary, not just for students, but also for parents. And I'm going to show you now what those chat messages actually contain. I want to warn viewer discretion because these, I have to tell you, may be upsetting. A friend of the killer teenager, the class 8 student, texts him on an Instagram DM. Familiar screen to most people who use Instagram. He says, "Bhai, tumne kuch kiya aaj? Did you do something?" Says the friend. The killer says, "Haan, yes I did." To which the friend says, "Bhai, tumne chaku mara tha? Did you stab someone?" He says, "Tere ko kisne bola? Who told you about this?" To which the friend then replies, and this DM continues for a while. He says, "Arey mere ko Mahavir ne bola," some third person, some friend. कि आज स्कूल में ऐसा सब हुआ, that this stabbing incident has happened in school, to which the killer replies, अरे मेरे को बोल रहा था कि कौन है, क्या कर लेगा तू. So basically he's setting the stage. He's telling the friend that the person who he killed said, who are you? What do you think you can do to me? अरे तो चाकू थोड़ी मारना होता है. Why did you need to stab him? मार देता. You should have beaten him up. Why did you need to kill him? मार नहीं डालना था. You shouldn't have killed him. You should have just beaten him up. छोड़ना, says the killer. Just see the casual nature of the conversation. It's truly scary. अब जो हो गया वो हो गया. After stabbing to death his senior, he says, जो हो गया वो हो गया. What has happened has happened. And then the friend chillingly advises him, थोड़ी time underground रहो और delete कर लो. He says, chats delete कर दे और ये वाली. Incredible. Just a brief conversation, a few minutes long, between a friend and the boy who killed his senior, saying, delete your chats and try and go underground as quickly as possible. Now let me show you some truly terrifying statistics, viewer. Every year, a huge number of young people, minors, juveniles, get arrested for crimes. Now just take a look at these startling percentages. I am showing you the percentage of those arrested juveniles who've been arrested for violent crimes. In 2016, it was 32.57%. Please look at how it's increasing year on year. 43.08% in 2017, 43.77% in 2018, 42.39% in 2019, 45.3% in 2020, and if you jump to 2022, the year for which we have the latest figures, it's half. Half of all juveniles arrested have been arrested for violent crimes. That is the truly scary aspect of what we're dealing with right now.
After this, we are shifting our focus to Karnataka, where a fresh political flashpoint has erupted. The Karnataka government has sanctioned a grant of 10 crore rupees for relief in Wayanad, Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi's constituency in Kerala. The BJP is up in arms, accusing the Congress of diverting Kannadiga taxpayers' money across the border. The ruling party says this is aid for just 100 families in Wayanad, while the opposition calls it a political sop. Is Karnataka's treasury being used to fund Priyanka's constituency, or is this a humanitarian gesture being twisted into politics? Remains to be seen, but sample the reactions coming in.
Honorable Siddaramaiah sir is the Chief Minister for Karnataka 75%. 25% is the Chief Minister for Kerala, particularly Wayanad, elephant ruffling. There he given a 10 lakh, more than 10 lakh. Here we are giving 5 lakhs. When I was a forest minister, I have made it 5 lakhs.
Our country as a large, India, whenever some things happens in Nepal, some other countries, we give aid to this one. Whenever the flood victims in, whether it's Maharashtra, we do give grant. When all the states, that had a humanity difference when floods and other things happen, we do give funds, and those states give funds to other states also. So nothing wrong in that.
It's election season in Bihar. And what's happening? Well, we just saw Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar refusing to wear a skull cap, which was offered by his own minister in Bihar during a Muslim outreach program that Nitish Kumar wanted to attend. And there it was surprising to see that the Chief Minister of Bihar refused it, because look at the screen, you have a visual of 2024 when Nitish Kumar proudly donned the skull cap, but today in 2025 when elections are due in the state, he was seen refusing to wear it. Now why is that? What happened exactly? We don't know yet, and we are not confirming, but will it hurt the political sentiments? Will it hurt the vote bank? The M factor, which remains constant in the Bihar elections, remains to be seen. But my colleague Padmaja Joshi spoke to the netas and how they were reacting to it. Take a look.
मृत्युंजय जी, आज नीतीश जी को टोपी पहनाने के लिए एक कोशिश की गई थी। जमा खान साहब ने मंच पर उनको टोपी पहनाने की कोशिश की, पर जो अब तस्वीरें आ रही हैं उन्होंने वापस उन्हीं को टोपी पहना दी। क्या अब ये आने वाले दिनों की राजनीति पर ये टोपी पॉलिटिक्स दोबारा शुरू हो जाएगी?
देखिए, आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी सार्वजनिक मंचों से इस तरह का आचरण, इस तरह का व्यवहार कई महीनों से कर रहे हैं। इसलिए नेता विरोधी दल श्री तेजस्वी यादव जी कहते हैं कि आदरणीय नीतीश जी बिल्कुल अचेत हैं। ये सरकार कौन चला रहा, कैसे चला रहा, ये सबको पता है। अब आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने अभी माँ सीता की मंदिर का शिलान्यास हो रहा था, केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी के सामने ही टीका लगाने से मना कर दिया था, आज टोपी पहनने से मना कर दिया। कभी आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी कहते थे टीका भी लगाना होगा, टोपी भी पहनना होगा। अब तो इतना दबाव में है, अब किसके दबाव में है, न टोपी पहन रहे हैं न टीका लगा रहे हैं।
पर ये थोड़ा सा आप उनके ऊपर बहुत हार्श नहीं हो रहे हैं, क्योंकि अभी तो उन्होंने रोजा इफ्तारी भी रखी थी, वो लगातार टोपी तो पहनते ही हैं, अब ये कह देना कि वो टोपी पहनने से परहेज कर रहे हैं, ये तो सही नहीं रहेगा।
तो हम बता रहे हैं आज के मंच पर आपने जो खबर अभी हमसे फोनो जिस इशू पर लिया है, आप भला बताइए कि इस तरह का आचरण, टोपी उनके कैबिनेट के मंत्री उनको पहना रहे हैं, किसी भी धर्म का सम्मान। अब हिंदू धर्म में, सनातन धर्म में अगर पूजा पाठ में आप जाते हैं किसी मंदिर के शिलान्यास में, तो तिलक तो वहाँ लगाया जाता है। अल्पसंख्यकों के मदरसों के इसमें कार्यक्रम में गए हैं और वहाँ अगर उनको टोपी से नवाजा जा रहा है, पहनाया जा रहा है, तो सम्मान की बात है। लेकिन तो अपमान किया ना धर्म का।
पर उल्टा तो आज जब वो मंच से भाषण कर रहे थे, वो तो कह रहे थे कि अगर बिहार में किसी ने उत्थान किया है मुसलमानों का, वो मैंने किया है। आरजेडी के दौर में दंगे भी होते थे, मुसलमान मरते भी थे, उनके लिए कुछ काम भी नहीं किया जाता था। हज हाउस मैंने बनाया है 2005 में।
आप इस बात को मानेंगे कि आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी अब आरजेडी बीजेपी के आरएसएस और बीजेपी के गोद में बैठकर अगर सेकुलरिज्म की बात करेंगे, ये किसी के गले नहीं उतरता। इसलिए वो चाहे जो भी कहें, लेकिन आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी पूरी तरह से गड़बड़ा गए।
आज राष्ट्रीय जनता दल को ये समझ में आ रहा है कि नीतीश कुमार ने टोपी नहीं पहनी। अभी 1 महीना पहले की तो बात है, 1-2 महीना गुजरा है कि रमज़ान में जिस अफ्तार पार्टी में गए, ईद मिलन में जिस ईद मिलन में गए, यहीं पर आए, न खुद नीतीश कुमार ने खुद ही टोपी पहनी, लोगों को भी पहनाई और सब लोग खुशी खुशी ये काम कर रहे थे। अगर आज हमारे नेता नीतीश कुमार जी अपने सर का ताज एक मुसलमान मंत्री को दे रहे हैं, तो ये साफ पैगाम है कि नीतीश कुमार मुसलमानों से, माइनॉरिटीज़ से और मुस्लिम अक़लियत से कितना प्यार करते हैं कि जो ताज उनके सर पे डाला जा रहा है उन्होंने एक मुसलमान मंत्री को दिया है। हिंदुस्तान की तारीख में, मौजूदा तारीख में सेकुलरिज्म का अगर कोई सबसे बड़ा मसीहा है, हिंदुस्तान के आईन का, हिंदुस्तान के कल्चर का, हिंदुस्तान के सेकुलरिज्म का, वो नीतीश कुमार है।
And now getting you some interesting information that is coming in from Rajasthan. Vertebrate fossils potentially related to Jurassic era found in Rajasthan's Jaisalmer. Geologists who visited the site told NDTV that Jaisalmer has rock formation that date back to the Jurassic age. This is possibly the 5th dinosaur find in this area. The fossil has been preserved and a team from the department will come soon for inspection. My colleague Harsha has more details. Take a look.
This is the 5th discovery of dinosaur fossils in the Jaisalmer area. And of course, it's got locals and geologists and scientists quite excited because in this case especially, they seem to have found a large, what appears to be a skeleton type of a fossil. Now, this appears to be probably the spine of a dinosaur, and the geologist who visited that area, he thinks that it could also be the remains of a wing, which means it could be a species of dinosaur that could also perhaps been able to fly. But though, of course, the scientists did tell us that till the Geological Survey of India team doesn't come, they will not be able to conclusively say exactly what type of dinosaur this is. As of now, that area has been cordoned off till the scientists reach there. But it's interesting that in Jaisalmer, these kind of finds are regularly reported. In fact, last year, a dinosaur egg was found. And scientists definitely believe that, Jaisalmer was part of the sea because the rock formations are both freshwater and marine formations. And also they indicate that they were around 180 million years ago, which is when the dinosaurs thrived in the Jurassic age. So actually, given these findings, it could mean perhaps a lot for tourism in the area, and also that Jaisalmer could in the future be developed as a dinosaur fossil park.
Amid US President Donald Trump's tariff attack on India, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar called out West's hypocrisy when it comes to Russian oil purchases. Take a look.
We are not the biggest purchasers of Russian oil, that is China. We are not the biggest purchasers of Russian LNG. I'm not sure, but I think that is the European Union. We are not the country which has the biggest trade surge with Russia after 2022. I think there are some countries to the south. We are a country where actually the Americans said for the last few years that we should do everything to stabilize the world energy markets, including buying oil from Russia. So quite honestly, we are very perplexed at the logic of the argument that you had referred to.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov held bilateral talks with his Indian counterpart in Moscow, where the two sides discussed a wide range of topics, including those on the international and regional agenda. But of course, the main focus was on the conflict in Ukraine. And Sergei Lavrov underlined that Russia actually wants Ukraine to have a neutral status, and we've heard that for a very long time now, and that Russia will not accept Ukraine's alignment with any military bloc, especially the NATO. And Russia has previously stated also that Lavrov underlined that the root causes of the conflict must be eliminated, and we have also heard that on a number of times, as this is one of the key aspects why the special military operation started in the first place. Both foreign ministers praised the flourishing bilateral ties between Moscow and New Delhi, with Lavrov stating during his opening words that the trade turnover between the two countries has increased by 15% in the last year. And of course, the two sides had a very fruitful conversation. They've managed to discuss energy sector, transport, infrastructure, and of course more. And Lavrov's Indian counterpart has also praised the flourishing ties between the two countries. Sergei Lavrov also emphasized that the two countries will take their cooperation to a new level. And Indian actually, when asked a question about Washington's attitude towards India buying Russian oil, and as we know, the US has put pressure on India for India's support, so-called support of the Ukraine conflict through buying Russian oil. Indian Foreign Minister actually stated that India is perplexed with the US's logic, underlining that New Delhi actually trades with the US as well, and these numbers just grow as well. So overall, the very fruitful and productive talks between the foreign ministers of Russia and India as well, and with both countries clearly set to take relations to a next level.
And on that note, we're slipping into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching NDTV. We'll be back with more news and updates.